Welcome to the Moms I Know with Sheila Walsh-Denton and Maria Anderson-Farner. Two moms on a mission to reclaim childhood and take you from surviving to thriving on your parenting journey. The Moms I Know is your go-to source for motivation, inspiration, and resources, and real conversation about motherhood and parenting with intention. Thank you for being a part of our community. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
You could not step twice into the same rivers, for other waters are ever flowing onto you. Heraclitus. Hi, this is Maria.
Hi, this is Sheila.
And we want to welcome you to The Moms I Know, Season 4. So we are so excited to be here with you today. We're heading into February 2021, and that quote is so appropriate for sort of where we're headed this year with our rivers. And it's a very appropriate metaphor also because I know, Sheila, you are getting rivers of rain right now, and both of our lives are taking slightly different twists and turns. We've always used this river of life metaphor. And so it's really fascinating to be sitting here and thinking about where we're going together and where we're going individually. So we want to let our listeners know what is up for Season 4.
Exactly. And I cannot believe, Maria, high five virtually, that we're on Season 4. So yes, and this year has really, we've been put to the test. And I think as individuals, as families, as, especially our children, but as society as a whole, it's definitely been a year. So as we move into February, what is it that we are looking for? And like you said, individually and together. And Maria and I want to just use this time to give you a little bit of our plans. And for me, it's going to be taking a little bit of a step back from the Moms I Know. I'm still going to be here in full support of the Moms I Know and full support of Maria, but my job is taking more energy. And so I want to be able to put that there into my job, as well as really think about where I want Purple Beet family to go. And what has kind of evolved I want to be a resource for homeschooling families, but I also want to be a resource for all families in the sense of education and nutrition and wellness and holistic parenting. I want to be that resource that where you go to find information to be a stronger family in all, like holistically in all realms. And so I'm going to be cheering you on, for the Moms I Know. And I hope I will definitely plan to come back, whether it's going to be a month or two, or maybe it's going to be 3 or 4 months. I think keeping it, like you said, fluid, I don't want to be stuck in an eddy, but I'm choosing to kind of sit back in the eddy, behind the rock, and really just, what does Purple Beet family mean to me? How am I going to grow that?
I love that. For those of you who have listened to many of our podcasts, we've used this river analogy and that idea of the eddy, of just kind of taking some time there. So many themes going through this idea of, yes, you can have it all, just not all at once, my mama's quote, and then the seasons of our life, and also this idea of self-care. And, this time of year is really when we, kind of pull inward and do a little of taking stock of our lives and where we want to make sure we're taking care of ourselves and where we want to put our energy forward. So I really think that, Sheila, you have been doing that, and we've been doing this work. And you're right, this past year has taken us all to places we never could have expected. And who would have thought at January 2020 that this is kind of where we'd be as a society? So it's just really interesting to look at, health-wise, global health, politically, individually, the whole education continuum. And so you are so uniquely poised to be of huge support to these families as they navigate these choices going forward. So I'm really excited that you are going to take that time for yourself and really dedicate yourself to your own family, to your own well-being, and then also to the job and this idea of really supporting families. And so that's so exciting. And we've had so much fun with the Moms I Know and the podcast. And we're talking about this. We feel as if we've laid down this foundation. Year one was really that foundation of the essentials of family life. And then we went into so many great interviews, and we've been looking at different themes. And now we really want to take this into the arena of the stories, real moms, real stories, real families. And so we've been talking about so many different interviews with moms, from all over the country and maybe even internationally. And so it will be fun for me to take this into more of that interview place. And so we've got some really exciting interviews lined up, and we're just thrilled to be bringing this forward. The other thing that I've been noticing for myself is that I am, as I'm getting a little bit older, I'm still working with young families, but I'm also really, this multi-generational piece has become larger. And there are so many grandparents now, especially over the course of this past year, who are being much more supportive of their children and their grandchildren. They've been called into action in a different way. And what I'm seeing is that all of the generations are needing that support. So I'm really excited to be doing more work right here in Bozeman, Montana with, sort of the grandparenting circle, also looking at elders as the wisdom keepers, as the resource. And so in vision work that I've been doing, in just all of the kind of callings that have been coming forth, there is this piece of, when there's a quote from Native American tradition, when the elders speak, the earth will heal. And so I realized that I am being called forth to, share whatever insights I might have, gleaned over several decades. And so to share those. And so I'm excited about the individual work that I will be doing, as well as taking the Moms I Know podcast into this interview realm. And then Sheila, I'm delighted that you'll be joining us for some of those, and just really excited to continue this work together, but in a slightly different way for the time being.
And I think, when we initially thought of the Moms I Know, it was, these are mom stories. And then it became something where we started talking and having our dialogue about the foundational stuff, that we felt like we needed to put out there. And so I'm really excited to see where this fourth season will go. And Maria will be taking the lead on it. And then when I can, I will be jumping in with some great interviews. So we've got some fabulous ones lined up, and I'm just excited to see where it's going to go, because we're still here. We're still here, and it's just going to be a little bit different.
Well, and everything that we put out into the world has a life of its own. Once you let it go, then it takes its, the twists and turns, again, coming back to the flow of life, the ebbs and flows. And so I am looking forward to seeing the guests that we will have on, the directions that it takes in terms of these stories. And the other thing that has come up over and over again, this theme of storytelling, that when we can truly share our stories, when we can listen to each other, then we get this shared humanity that is so healing. And so I think that right now in our nation, we really need to hear each other's stories. We really need to bring people together from lots of different walks of life and hear what they have in common, to hear their struggles, their joys, their triumphs, and to realize that we are all, especially as mothers, we all share the same joys, sorrows, ups, downs. And so I think that we can really relate to each other in that way. And so I think through storytelling, we are going to hopefully increase the platform of understanding and really be able to reach out to each other and listen more. This also comes up, that we have two ears and one mouth so that we can listen. And I laugh because I'm such a talker, but I know that listening more is part of my journey this year. And so I'm really looking forward to learning from all of you. And so, to our listeners, if you have people that would be wonderful for, a guest spot on the Moms I Know, please reach out to us and let us know, because as we widen our circle and we cast our net a little, further and further, we're going to be bringing in those stories that are of interest to all of you. So very much looking forward to this season 4 2021 and for all of the work that we have to do individually and collectively. And so I think it's going to be an incredible journey.
I just want to, just that what you just said, to increase the platform of understanding. That's just a really beautiful, exactly, that's our goal. And so, it's such a joy and a pleasure to work alongside you, Maria. And I'm really excited to see where we're going to go in 2021. We can only go up from here.
Thanks so much. We are just delighted you're all here. Please feel free to share this with the moms that you know, and we will be looking forward to the journey ahead. Take care.
Take care.
Thanks for joining us today for the Moms I Know. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. To get the show notes and resources mentioned in today's episode, visit themomsiknow.com. For information on Maria's programs, visit thefutureoffamily.com. And for information on Sheila's programs, visit purplebeetfamily.com. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us on iTunes and follow us on Instagram at the Moms I Know Podcast. Until next time, have a joyful family journey.